Hey, how you doing? This is Coach Carvel Bailey, and we're in the studio today. And so welcome to another episode of Coach Carvel Bailey's Lunch and Learn. Um, you don't want to miss this one. You don't want to miss this one. We're going to talk about 7 things that your guard really needs to work on this summer. All right. So make sure that you share this, right? Tap in. Make sure that you share this with somebody that needs the information and then come right back. All right. We'll be right back in 1 minute.
Hey there, how you doing? This is Coach Carvel Bailey, and listen, I want to come to you real quick, right? At this point, is really two things that's stopping your athlete from being recruited. Two things, and those two things are either skill set or mindset. Now, most parents, even like yourself, may spend tons of time and invest tons of money to improve their skill set, but have paid no attention to the time and the investment needed to improve and enhance their mindset. But without the mindset improvement, their skill set will never get any better, right? Their skill set can get them to the college level, but their mindset will help sustain them. And most college coaches, they understand it's tons of players out here that can play or that feel like they can play. But it's not a lot of athletes out here that have the confidence and the mindset to help really keep that coach from getting fired. Ultimately, when it comes down to it, that coach want to keep their job. And if your athlete doesn't have the right mindset, attitude, confidence, they're not going to get recruited. But if you really want to change that for your athlete, then go ahead and click the link below and book your call with us so that we see how we can help them improve their mindset to ultimately enhance their skill set and up their recruitment stock so they can eventually graduate debt free. All right, this is Coach Carvel Bailey. Peace.
All right, y'all. What's happening? What's happening? It's Coach Carvel Bailey. Welcome to another episode of Lunch and Learn. And so today, all right, where my band at? I ain't scrolling across the bottom. All right, so today, 7 things that your guard needs to learn during the summer. All right, 7 things that your guard needs to learn over the summer. Tap in. Let me know what city and state that you checking in from. If you catching the replay, and just go on and drop a replay underneath. I just drop the words replay and let me know what city and state you're checking in from. I want to see exactly how far our reach goes, and who we're able to educate and who we're able to help. All right. So a little late today. All right, but it's springtime. All right. Not only am I a coach, I'm also a father. All right. And today was my kids' day. All right. Today was my kids' day. Eighth grader and kindergartner. Right. So it was a lot of things that I had responsibility for today as a dad. Hey, come give to y'all. I'm definitely giving to my own. You understand what I'm saying? All right. Does that make sense? So today, what I want to give you is 7 things, right? 7 things that guards need to learn during the summer development time, during their summer development. So we're in May now, right? We're in the middle of May. And so if you are a parent who you believe in AAU, how has the first month been, right? How's the first month been? It's May now. So AAU season, started April, right? For some March. And so how has the first month been for you? You could just let me know, right? How's the first month been? But what does your athlete needs to improve on? What do they need to work on when it comes to their development? All right. And so the first thing, first and foremost, athletes should never stop learning. They should be lifelong learners. So in the summer, they should be learning. Now, you understand, bless the ball, our recruitment triple threat, right? On the bottom of our pyramid, on our triangle, is attitude. In the middle is academics. At the top is aptitude. All right. So the first thing that your athlete should be doing is they should be constantly learning. They should be constantly seeking information to where they can constantly learn. All right. But they have to have the attitude, they have to have the right attitude about learning. So they have to understand that summer is a time for their development. Summer is not just a time to play games, right? I want to debunk the myth right now. The summer is not just the time to just go and play as many basketball games as you can. You're doing your athlete a disservice. The summertime is for development. The summertime is for development. All right. That this is where athletes enormously, right? Exponentially get better. All right, over the summer. So if they're playing games all the time, they're not really getting the development that they need. So the first thing, they should be learners. They should be learning all summer long. They should be devoted to learning. Student athlete, they should be students all summer. That means studying film, studying books, reading. All right. They need to get some academic work during the summer as well. That could be reading a book. All right. Getting with some friends, getting with some teammates, having a book club, whatever that may be, right? Read what interests you. And then what type of education are they getting in terms of basketball? All right. So they should be always learning. So now, number one, here's where your athlete needs to improve. Um, and none of these are in any particular order, but what we do know is, so I was talking, we had our last week of our Game Changer Academy last Monday. And so our summer camp session starts June 6th. All right. If you haven't registered for any of our camps, you definitely want to go check that out. CarvilleBailey.com/summer camp. All right. But go check out our summer camps. But I was telling our athletes in our Game Changer Academy, we were going over triple threat. And I was explaining triple threat, you should be able to shoot, pass, and dribble. So let's start there. Okay. Fair enough. Athletes, the first thing they need to be working on is their shooting. They have to be working on their shooting. Guards have to be able to hit the jump shot on ball reversal. I'll show you that video later. All right. Guards have to be able to hit that shot on ball reversal. So they have to be able to improve their jump shot. They have to be able to hit the mid-range jumper. All right. They have to be able to hit the mid-range jumper. And they have to be able to hit jump shots from at least heels on the three-point line. All right. Heels inside the three-point line. So they're right at the three-point line, but right inside the three-point line. They need to be able to make mid-range jump shots, right? In between 10 foot and 19 foot, right? High school level, 19.9 three-pointers. So if they have their heel on the three-point line, about 19 feet. But between 10 and 19 feet, they need to improve their shooting. The second thing, they need to be able to improve their dribbling. And dribbling and ball handling are two totally different things, but they need to be able to improve their dribbling, right? Because if they're a guard, if they want to play, they need to be able to prove their dribbling. And the dribbling goes hand in hand with the ball handling. Can they handle the ball, right? People talk about, right, LeBron James had a breakaway. I think he went to go cradle it or something, and it slipped out his hand. That's ball handling, right? He lost the ball. He wasn't able to handle the ball. So you do some ball handling drills, you do some dribbling drills. Now, passing. And so some may say, well, how do you pass in the summer? How do you work on passing? Well, passing is mental, because you have to not only know when to pass it, but you have to know what types of passes to make. Can't just make a direct pass when the ball has to go on the ground. You can't make a bounce pass when the ball has to go high in the air, right? Across the defense. So in terms of passing, athletes need to master different passes: chest pass, bounce pass, flip pass, right? That's kind of from the side, overhead pass, right? They need to be able to practice these different types of passes. And particularly, this is a lost art. So this is jewels for you and your athlete. They need to know how to pass the ball into the post. Like in that passing, they need to know how to pass the ball into the post. And so even in their working out, if they're working out with somebody else, pass the ball into the post, relocate, get that shot. Now they're working on their shooting. Now they're working on multiple things at once. That's a superpower. That's a golden nugget, right? Get your athletes as they're, right, shooting. You're working on your dribbling and your shooting all at once. All right. But as the infomercial says, wait, we're not done. We don't stop there. they also have to improve on their defense. And the defense goes hand in hand with their conditioning. Their defense goes hand in hand with their conditioning because if they're not in condition, they can't play defense. Yes, if they're not in condition, they're not going to make shots. But if they don't play defense, they're not going to be in the game to take shots. Does that make sense? Right? Yes, if you're not in condition, you'll miss shots. But you're in the game to play defense first and foremost. And so if you aren't playing, if you're not in condition to play defense, you're not going to even be in the game to miss shots. So athletes need to work on their defensive technique, right? Defensive technique, not too fast, not too hard, defensive technique while they're working on their conditioning. And then the next thing, so we went through shooting, we went through dribbling and ball handling, those go together. We went through passing, different types of passes, and now incorporating those different things into one workout. But then you have conditioning and defense, they go hand in hand. All right. And all of those things now comes with mindset. And so the first thing that I gave you, all physical things, right? Shooting, passing, dribbling, defense, conditioning, ball handling, all those things together. Those are all physical attributes. Now here are the mental attributes, right? First and foremost, they have to work on their IQ. And working on their IQ comes from learning. Does that make sense? Right? They're learning what they can do, what they can't do. They're being a student. So the more they learn, the more that their IQ develops. As they're watching games, right? As they're watching the NBA playoffs, or they're watching the women's NCAA tournament or the men's NCAA tournament, right? As they're watching these games, they should be learning and picking up on things. And so that brings me to my next point, right? That brings me to, I believe we're at point 5 or point 6, right? They have to be aware. They have to be aware of what they're looking at. I'll tell you a story, right? So I had a group of students who I told that they can use their notes on the test. The students just take notes, take notes, take notes. And even though they had the notes in front of them, some of the students knew how to use the notes. They knew where to look in their notes to get the answer. Some other students just had notes and they didn't necessarily know how to use them. It's the same thing with basketball players. They have to know what they don't know. Does that make sense? And so if that doesn't make sense, think about it this way. They have to understand what's going on around them that heightens their awareness and then apply it to their life. So if they're watching the game tonight, tomorrow night, whenever they're watching games, they should be watching tendencies. They should be watching movement. They should be watching the flow. They should be watching the officials' calls, the movements. Now they become aware, right? How did Ray Allen hit that jump shot against the Spurs with the Heat, right? Chris Bosh tipped it. Ray Allen on the pass, go back to passing. On the pass, Ray Allen is now backpedaling to the three-point line. He said because he worked on those shots every day in his routine. Backpedal, he knew, aware where the three-point line was, but more importantly, where the out-of-bounds line was. When your athlete watch the game, it'll help them become more aware. So now they know what they're looking at. And when they know what they're looking at, now they have to, and this is a bonus, they have to be able to pick up on pattern recognition. They have to understand patterns, especially defensively. If you know a person gonna dribble 3 times and go through the legs, dribble 3 more times, go through the legs, right? Great defensive players, not only are they watching the waist of the offensive players that they're guarding, but they're also listening to the basketball because the basketball has a rhythm and they're picking up on the patterns. Does your athlete understand the pattern when the coach gets upset and gets ready to take them out? Do they understand the pattern of how they may go inward and start to get down on themselves when they miss a shot? Like, do they recognize the pattern so they won't go through those same patterns over and over and over again? And so when they become more aware of what they're doing and how they're doing it, then they can basically be a magician because they recognize patterns. I always tell people, I say, Coach Bailey is a magician. I can perform lots of magic, right? I'm not a miracle worker, though. I can perform magic. I'm a magician. I'm not a miracle worker. And so with a magician, you can almost determine what's going to happen next based on the pattern that came before it. Does that make sense? So your athletes need to be able to pick up on pattern recognition. Again, these are things that your athlete needs to work on during the summer. So let's go through them again. They have to be a learner. They have to be a learner for their life. That's one, right? Well, that's not one, but they have to be a learner. That's where we start. But they have to improve their shooting, right? Their dribbling and ball handling. That's two. Their passing. That's three. They have to be able to improve their defense and their conditioning. That's four. Five is they have to be able to improve on their awareness. And when they pick up on their awareness, now they become aware of patterns, pattern recognition. Does that make sense? That's five, right? And six, in that awareness, they also have to understand what their strengths are as an athlete and as a person, and what their limitations are as an athlete and as a person. Now, some people may say what your strengths and weaknesses are. I don't like to use the word weakness. Why? Because again, if we're developing our athletes' IQ, if we're developing their mindset, what's the root word of weakness? Weak, right? The root word of weakness is weak, right? And so I don't want athletes to start thinking that they're weak in the mind and as a person, right? We want our athletes to believe that they're good enough. Does that make sense? Too many of our kids nowadays, social media and everything, have our kids feeling like they're not good enough. So why would we tell them that they have weaknesses, that they're weak? That's going to just go further and further and further and further into their head. My college brother, right? Brian Notary. He said summertime is for separation. What are you doing when no one is watching? Absolutely. The summertime is for separation. Now I sent the email out to my list yesterday. If you're not on my email list, you see it scrolling underneath. Go check out my free case study video at BeTheRightRecruit.com. Not only will you get the 3 secrets that I've used, right, as an athlete, but I also, and as a coach, but I also use now as a business owner to help my athletes reach their goals, right? Things that coaches won't tell you about this recruitment. But also, you'll get on my list to get information like what I'm about to tell you. So yesterday I sent out this quote, and the quote says this. The quote says, there will come a point in time where the winner will ask, what did you do in the summer? So I'll say that again. There comes a point in time where the winter will ask, what did you do in the summer? Because NCAA tournament, think, men and women's, in Chicagoland, right? It's in the heart of the winter, right? The beginning of March. Crazy, ain't it? But beginning of March. High school, they're playing February, right? Second round of conference, January, February. Winter. All right, one of my buddies say, you can beat me when it's baseball cap time. You just can't beat me when it's skull cap time. Because the winner in basketball, not NBA, they're still playing now. High school and college basketball, middle school, high school, and college basketball, it really gets real in the winter. So as Brian Notary said, the summertime is for separation, but it comes a point where the winter will ask, what did you do in the summer? And this is what we're talking about, summer development. Summer development, shoot, pass, dribble, improve on all that. conditioning, right? Understanding patterns based on their awareness. And then here's a big one. Once they improve their IQ, your athlete now stands out because they're able to be a better leader. Leadership is uncommon among basketball players nowadays. Leadership is uncommon amongst basketball players nowadays. Why? Personally, I think the inception of so many coaches and trainers. Because it used to be a point in time when you're working on your game, you're working on all these things that I'm mentioning. Even defense and conditioning, doing basketball improvement activities without a basketball. What BIAs is your athlete doing every day? But not only with those BIAs, those basketball improvement activities, but a lot of the drills now that athletes do. See, when we was coming up, right, we would kind of work out as a group, and then we do team drills. And then in those team drills, we're working on our individual things, or we're working out in groups. This may be, you haven't heard this before, but having your kid in the gym by themselves, working with a trainer one-on-one, is a waste of probably the trainer's time and a waste of your money, because it's not real basketball. You don't just play 1-on-0. They can go do that by themselves. They should be in the gym with other people, so now they can learn, again, patterns, learn what's happening, incorporate these things. Everything is not just about playing. I did a class about 3 years ago where I said athletes need to stop playing. I challenge you this summer. Pull back. Just pull back a little bit from your athlete playing so many games. And press forward with your athlete really focusing on skill development and mindset development. Right? Really have your athlete focus on skill set and mindset. Where this whole class started. We started today with the video I was talking about. There's two things that stopping your athlete from being recruited: skill set, mindset. And academics is mindset. Then it carries over to skill set. Basketball is the same way. It's mindset. And the mindset affects the skill set. So I dare you. Last time I was on here, I said, I dare you to ask your coach, your son's coach, your daughter's coach. I dare you to ask your kid's coach when the last time they've been to a professional development. I dare you ask them. And the second question, I dare you ask them who's their coach. Do they have a coach? And just listen to what they start rattling off. But I double dog dare you. Just pull back a little bit. Just pull back a little bit from the AAU club ball, travel ball, right? Just pull back a little bit, especially if your athlete is in middle school. They need to be focusing on skill development. Now, if your athlete is in high school, right, I always say, what's your reason for playing? What's your reason for playing so much? And please don't tell me exposure, because exposure will get your athlete exposed if they're not ready. You don't want to get in front of too many people if your athlete is not ready. And finally, here's why I say pull back. It's a lot of stress playing in games. Why would you want to continue to give your athlete stress all year round without preparing them for the stress that comes with this game? And Ja Morant's been in the news for a long time, and I came on here and did a whole show about it. But here's what no coach tells parents. Well, I'll tell you. It's difficult. It's difficult to be the man. It's difficult to be the woman on a team. And I'm not referring to skill-wise. But do you understand? And I'm not sure who's been the man, but this goes back to leadership, which is why I say leadership amongst basketball players now is uncommon because most players are just thinking about themselves. Because when they're in their private training sessions, guess what they're doing? It's all about them. It's not about incorporating nobody else. It's about them individually. Self-preservation. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. We're not going to get into that whole thing. But do you know the expectations that comes to athletes when they are the man, the woman? Do you know how much pressure that is for them to sustain that same level all the time, on and off the court? They have to be on at all times. So you may not believe so, but this is why most athletes are okay with being average, because it doesn't bother them. And it's really, whoo, I dodged one. They're not looking for me. They're not expecting me to do this all the time consistently. What I pride myself on is focusing on the little things and mastering the little things over and over and over again. And so once you master the little things, you can take those little things and create something big. But nothing big has ever been created without using something small first. So I dare you, pull your kids back from playing so much this summer and get them in some real development. That's why, right? There's no stress to my athletes, to my clients, and they all be like, and their parents be like, my son, my daughter say they love this program. Like I hear that all the time. Why? Because there's no stress. Yes, we put stress on them while they're in our programs, right? We put a little resistance on them, but they understand they're competing with themselves. That's the foundation that we want to set. You're competing with yourself every day. I'm not competing with the other person on the other side of this video. I'm not competing with you. I'm not competing with no other coaches, with no other trainers. That's what so many coaches get it blown out of proportion. And so they get there and they're feeding their athletes the same things. Yes, it's a competition. But the competition is you versus you every day. And so in my practices and my workouts, right, things be competitions. Not necessarily a competition with each other, but your best. And when you want to give your best, it becomes a competition with other people, because I'm not going to let nobody outgive their best and me not give mine. How much can your athlete push themselves? And then can you have the right person to help push them the rest of the way? That's why this summer we're changing the game this summer, right? We're having multiple camps this summer so that our athletes can get a wide range of different things that they need. So we're offering a skills camp where we all the skills, and then we're offering a shooting camp. But we're gonna take 2 days and focus just on shooting, finishing at the rim, mid range, long ball, right? All of those things. And then we're having, dig this, y'all. To all my fathers out there, it's time that we step up. I'm not saying that you don't, but to all my fathers out there, we're having a father-son, father-daughter camp. And this is going to be on Juneteenth. It works out perfectly. It's going to be on Juneteenth, which is the day after Father's Day. And so I challenge all my men that's in the Chicagoland, Northwest Indiana area, Milwaukee, right? I challenge all of you all, even if you're right in driving distance. Juneteenth is a national holiday now. You off, right? We're going in the morning. I want to see my dads out there. Now dig this. If you register before, I believe, Memorial Day, it's $50 for you and your son or daughter. Now, if you want to bring multiple kids, it's $20 each additional kid. But for $50, you and your kid to come and bond with other dads, we should sell out. We should sell out by the end of the day today. I need all my dads. I need you to go click that link, carvelbailey.com/summer camp. And it'll give you the list of everything, all the camps that we're doing. We got 2 skill camps. We got a shooting camp. We have a father and son / father and daughter camp. And then in August, we have our back to school Hoops Mastery boot camp. Our back to school Hoops Mastery boot camp. And that's an amazing event, right? A totally amazing event. Speakers and everything. But everything that we do, we're not just working on skill set, we're working on that mindset. So again, if you haven't had an opportunity to go get registered for our summer camps. B, what's up, B? Brandon Clemens. All right, this is, you know what? I got the 2 Simeon dudes on today. All right, 2 Simeon dudes aren't afraid to comment. All right, it's in their culture. I actually got Wolverine colors on today, y'all. You see, this is actually my daughter's colors for her school and the colors of my junior high basketball team. All right, blue and gold. But B, you see it, right? I know you graduated from Orr, and we Spartans, but got the blue and gold on. B, where are you at right now? You in Cali or somewhere? I would show love for you to bring your kid, man. But right, like Brandon, another guard. He said, "Yeah, man, I'm a Spartan." Yeah, that's a whole nother story, B. That's a whole nother story. Oh, you in Memphis? Okay, you're in Memphis. All right, yeah, man. Be careful out there. Be safe out there. And listen, let me share a quick story with y'all. Right, so Brandon Clemens, right? He transferred. Right, transferred his junior year. He wanted a better fit again with prestigious Simeon. He transferred to Orr his senior year, and I get these questions all the time. Do coaches take seniors if they're a game changer, right? If they can come change the game. But here's what Brandon Clemens had, and I hope you don't mind me sharing, B. Brandon Clemens was a true point guard. Brandon Clemens, he understood the game. So mentality, he understood what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. Now, me and B spent a lot of time in the gym, just he and I, right? Before practice, right? And I know you said, well, I thought you said one person in the gym by themselves, it ain't. Well, we were working on the things that Brandon needed to work on, right? It wasn't me putting Brandon through things I wanted him to work on, just a training session, right? We were working on him being able to get to the hole, right? Make a move and raise up for his mid-range jump shot. Get in the hole, right? And us emulating their play. So him coming off the screens, being able to see where the defense would be, what's the right decision to make, right? Already a lockdown defender. Now, for people that may know Orr Spartan, right? They went on to win 3 championships in a row. Well, Brandon's team was the first team that went downstate. They started the tradition. They started the culture. But I'm saying this to say that Brandon understood, well, one, he was coachable, but he understood that his mentality would get him much further than his jump shot would, right? He understood that his mentality would get him much further than his jump shot would because he was able to control and lead a team, right? Now, he hit shots, but he was able to control and lead a team, so he knew what his strengths were. I told you, I've been working with guards for a long, long time. Long time. I haven't worked with Brandon. This was probably 2012, over 11 years, over a decade ago, right? But it's about relationships, right? It's about relationships. Me and B connected because, right, one of his former teammates got murdered, got killed, right? That's another reason why I'm so passionate about what I talk about, because they're killing us. But me and B connected right after that tragic incident. And again, but it's relationships. Yep. History making. His team started it. Yep. Now listen to him. He wish he would have went there all 4 years. Right? It's about getting in the right fit. And what's the right fit for you and your athlete? All right. What's the right fit for you and your athlete? It's never too late to do the right thing. And the right thing for you to do with your athlete is to either get them registered for our summer camps if you're here in Chicago, or to book a discovery call, our Hoops Master University discovery call, our virtual program, our 6-month program, in which we help high school guards build the tools needed to not only improve their skill set, but their confidence, their IQ, their exposure, which is going to ultimately make them more recruitment ready. All right. So, man, add you. Hold on one second, B. Let me see. I'm about to send you real quick, Brandon, because I gotta run and grab my son. But yep, I'm about to send you this link right now, B. Hold on one second. And Brandon Clemens, all right, y'all go check him out. He got a product line, right? He got clothing. Y'all go check out Brandon Clemens, all right? Tell him I sent you. Hold on, B. I'm about to send you this real quick. Real quick, B. All right. It's in your inbox, B. It's in your inbox. It's in your inbox. I got 3 minutes. A strong 2.5. And actually, what we gonna do, B, one day is I'm gonna bring you on to my Life in Basketball podcast. And we're gonna do a whole show. We're gonna do a whole show. And we're gonna just help guards. We're gonna help point guards. A whole show. Let me know, B, if you got the link, if you see the link. Is any questions? Any questions, comments, concerns? Let me drop the link. All right, I'm gonna drop the link for y'all to go and register for our summer camps. All right, bingo, right there, right there. CarvelBailey.com/summer camp. All right, go there, get all your camp information, and just know if you haven't yet, then definitely go and check out right here, Be the Right Recruit. B, what's up, baby?
What's up, Coach?
How you feeling?
Chilling, man. Chilling, blessed.
What's going on, man?
Man, I hear you talking. I appreciate the acknowledgement.
Hey, man, listen, man. Hey, so real quick, B, because I got to go and get my son.
Okay.
But I'm gonna definitely have you on here, and we're gonna do a whole show. But real quick, man, what would you say? So I got two questions for you.
Yeah.
What would you say what was the biggest assistance that I was to you? And then the second question, what would be advice that you have for any high school guard right
now? Okay, so I'm gonna start off with the first one. I just felt as far as the role you played, me coming from Simeon, a lot of people definitely, came and put hands on me to, give me like different feedback as far as the game. Especially once they seen like the type of guard that I was. Like I wasn't like the rest of the guards. I was pretty much different due to that. I love to play defense and just orchestrate my team. I run really into the scoring.
Right.
But with you, it came to where basically you was, seeing stuff that I didn't see. So you would definitely come inform me on that. As far as like certain decisions making or an alternative of different things I can do as far as the game, then definitely you inform me on that. we definitely had workouts before. You know, I pretty much tried to stay in the gym when I came to Or. But yeah, it's just over there. You guys it was more so different from Simeon because from Simeon, yeah, I didn't get that. The only person that was really talking to me was my pops as far as the game. So off the court, I didn't really have nobody that was, hollering at me and letting me know, like, you feel me, different stuff. So when I came over there to Or, I mean, y'all was on it. It was like we locked in ASAP. We all had an agenda. So me being the point guard, y'all definitely put hands on me and you feel me, talk to me and let me know, which I definitely appreciated for sure.
Yeah.
The advice I give high school players, bro, I don't know. I just feel like this generation nowadays is way different from my time. You know, when we was in high school, just the physicality, just how thirsty we was just to win, aggressive. Like nowadays, I was just talking to some of my homies or whatever about the game nowadays. Like I don't even watch like high school or college no more, and it's crazy because
It's weird, man. It's really weird.
it's like it changed so much to like starting off with just high school. I say, bro, do you know how hard it was for a nigga to get 20?
Yeah.
Like, bro, like nowadays, bro, 60 and 70 is 50 and is normal.
Yeah.
Like, but that comes with people being scared. You feel me? You can't touch nobody in the game now. You feel me? So a lot of people get away with, just the soft stuff, bro. So
yeah.
I mean, as far as like advice, bro, I just get somebody really just perfect your craft.
Ooh,
I mean, you got to put in the work. Definitely got to put in the work. And take advantage of every opportunity that you get put in. As a point guard, you feel me? I played on every top level. But if you knew me and knew where I came from, I worked for everything. Like my name was very underrated, but I ain't see when I played ball, I was so in love with it, so I didn't care what it brought. You feel me? I was really just playing for the fun of it. Until I got older and I seen, all right, what can I? This the type of stuff I can, you feel me, experience while doing this. So yeah, but off the rip though, yeah, I grind. My pops he installed defense in me from the get go, so that's something I perfected. That's why I wasn't really advanced as far as my offense. I didn't get that till later, but just what he taught me though, just defense and actually being a point guard and running my team, it kind of it allowed me to catch up to the overrated quick.
Ooh, that's big.
Quick, especially for the people that really know the game of basketball and not looking at a specific skill. They seen me like, oh yeah, he know what he doing. You feel me? And I'm not a guard that didn't turn the ball over a lot. When it came down to it, I'm gonna make the good play. I'm gonna stick the best player. Like you feel me? I just was trying to do what I can do to win. So it definitely,
and so one, we ain't gonna give them all the nuggets and jewels. We gonna say that for an hour long. Did I lose you, B?
Nah, I hear you now.
Can you hear me, B?
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, back. So I want to close on this, man. You said that your defensive ability helped you catch up to the people that had a name, or that was overrated. Yep. Hey, listen, B, I gotta run, but I'm gonna hit you in about an hour.
Okay.
And let's set a date on my calendar in which we can really set out and bless these people. And I'm gonna actually see if I can get you and Cheese on at the same time. Devin,
Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can get you and Devin Foster on at the same time so that we can bless these guards, man. But hey, B, shout your clothing line out for me real quick, man. I got to go.
And make sure y'all tune in, man.
Say it
Chicago
again,
brand.
Chicago brand.
It's called Seven Gods.
Seven Gods.
GODZ. The meaning behind it is to inspire those who've been through many challenges but still maintain to become great.
I love it, B. I love it. Hey, listen, man. You already know how me and you rock, but I just want to say this now that I'm proud of you. All right, man. You already know. And I'm talking to a person who has a father, right? Like a lot of times, dad, as you said, right? Always been in your life there, everything. Great man. But I'm proud of you, man, right? I'm proud of you for where you are. Always been soft-spoken, but always been driven to go in which area in which you want to go, man. So I'll holler at you, B. All right.
Appreciate it, man.
Life and basketball. No closing today. We got to go.